Where does improvement actually begin? When pressure builds, most managers reach for higher targets and more activity. It feels decisive. People move faster, meetings multiply. And yet, beneath that motion, the system often produces the opposite of what leaders intend: errors, delays, and rework. Today we're talking about another way: Deming's chain reaction, and how improving quality sets off a predictable sequence of lower costs, higher productivity, and long-term stability. Deming described the chain reaction as a simple cause and effect sequence, and it starts with quality. When quality improves, the first thing you notice is less rework, fewer mistakes, fewer delays. Work that used to circle back now moves forward. That's enough to change the system. As rework fades, capacity returns. Only after that does productivity improve. Everything else comes later: better value, greater stability, stronger results. The key is the starting point. Begin with quality, and the chain can work. Start somewhere else, and the system stays busy, but stuck. To see how this plays out, let's step into an organization under pressure. Riverview Health System Specialty Clinic had an 8-week wait for new appointments. Every Monday, Maria, the clinic operations director, and Dr. Patel, the medical director, reviewed the same dashboard. The signals were loud: access delays, rising complaints, overtime, and growing turnover risk.
We're busy all day, but the backlog isn't moving.
The message upstairs is simple: increase throughput. No new headcount.
They responded the way most organizations do. Clinic hours were extended twice a week. The schedule template was tightened. Teams were asked to squeeze in one more visit a day. For a short time, completed visits rose. Then the system pushed back. Referrals arrived missing labs. Imaging orders were unclear. Prior authorizations stalled. Medication lists had to be reconciled again. Every defect triggered another call, another handoff, another delay. The clinic stayed busy, but the waiting list held.
We keep treating this like a productivity problem. But what if it's a quality problem?
Quality as in outcomes?
Quality as in reliability, making sure the work arrives ready, information is complete, and handoffs are clear. We don't want to do the same work twice.
This is where the chain reaction begins. What looks like not enough productivity is often too much rework. Deming's simplest explanation for why productivity rises when quality improves is blunt: less rework. So they measured it. For 2 days, everyone tracked repeat work in 5 buckets: referral defects, missing prerequisites, authorization delays, unclear orders, and documentation errors.
A third of our calls aren't even care. They're cleanup.
Then the starting point is clear: improve quality at the entry point.
They chose one pathway: new rheumatology referrals. The biggest defect wasn't judgment. It was incomplete information. Intake chased labs. Nurses re-triaged. Patients waited. Visits ran late because prerequisites weren't done.
If we fix this upstream, the whole day changes.
Exactly. Quality first, then the chain can run.
They redesigned the entry point. A short referral template required key fields. Prerequisites were explicit. If something was missing, the visit wasn't scheduled. The referring office received a clear request with the next step. 2 weeks later, the first change wasn't a heroic productivity number. It was fewer snags. Phone calls dropped. Reschedules fell. Starts were on time more often. That was the second link. Costs decreased because rework decreased. Fewer mistakes, fewer delays and snags, and better use of time. Overtime fell. Once waste stopped consuming capacity, the third link followed. Productivity improved. Not because people worked faster, but because the same staffing completed more work that stayed complete. A month later, access improved. The waiting list began to shrink without adding hours. Reliability strengthened trust. Performance stabilized, making it easier to protect staffing and resources. Deming put it this way: improvement of quality transfers waste of man-hours and of machine time into the manufacture of good product and better service. The result is a chain reaction: lower costs, better competitive position, happier people on the job, jobs, and more jobs. In practical terms, hours once spent correcting defects became hours spent delivering value. Here's how to start Deming's chain reaction in your organization. Start at the beginning. Quality. Ask, where is rework consuming capacity? Track repeat work for a short window. Often 2 days is enough to surface the dominant loops driving cost and delay. Don't argue opinions, count the loops. Define quality operationally. Information complete, prerequisites clear, handoffs unambiguous, work done once without rescue. Then, translate that definition into upstream conditions: templates with required fields, explicit prerequisites, and fewer handoffs that rely on memory or heroics. Follow the chain in order. Look first for fewer snags, fewer callbacks, fewer reschedules, fewer denials to rework, less overtime, fewer interruptions. Those are signs that costs are falling because rework is leaving the system. As waste exits, capacity returns and productivity improves. Only then should you expect trust, stability, and results to strengthen. Deming's chain reaction is about knowing where to start, with quality. It asks leaders to stop chasing cost and productivity as if they were independent levers. They aren't. They are consequences of a system. When you improve quality, you remove the causes of rework and delay that quietly drain capacity. That's why the chain holds. Each link makes the next one possible. Your scoreboard may be market share, service reliability, customer trust, mission outcomes, or workforce stability. The logic does not change. Improve quality first, and let the rest of the chain follow.